Are you unknowingly destroying your own chances of living your best years after 70? Right now, as you're watching this, you might be making 4 critical mistakes that are quietly stealing your energy, clouding your thinking, and robbing you of the happiness you deserve in ways you never imagined. These aren't obvious health problems that doctors typically warn you about. They're sneaky, everyday habits that seem completely harmless, but are systematically breaking down your body and mind from the inside out. In the next 20 minutes, I'll reveal 4 simple things you can start doing today that will immediately boost your happiness, protect your health, and keep your mind razor sharp well into your 80s and beyond. And I'll share the one surprising habit that 90% of seniors do every single day that's secretly stealing years from their life. You're probably doing it right now, without even realizing the devastating damage it's causing to your brain and body. Helen from Arizona thought she was doing everything right at 72. She took her vitamins religiously every morning, saw her doctor regularly for checkups, and followed all the standard health advice she'd heard for years from medical professionals and health magazines. But she was making 4 critical mistakes that were draining her energy and clouding her thinking every single day. Within just 2 weeks of stopping these self-sabotaging behaviors, she felt 10 years younger, and her family was amazed at the dramatic change in her vitality and mental sharpness. Thing 1, stop isolating yourself socially. The first way you're sabotaging yourself is by accepting loneliness as normal and telling yourself that staying home alone is just part of getting older. This dangerous mindset is literally killing brain cells and shortening your lifespan in ways that would shock you if you knew the scientific truth. You've probably convinced yourself that you're just being practical by avoiding social situations, or that you're too tired to make the effort to connect with others. But this seemingly innocent choice is triggering a cascade of biological changes that accelerate aging throughout your entire body. Research from Harvard Medical School's landmark study on adult development, which followed thousands of people for over 80 years, proves that social isolation increases your risk of dementia by 50% and raises your chances of early death by the same amount as smoking 15 cigarettes daily. When you isolate yourself, your brain starts shrinking in the areas responsible for memory and decision-making, while stress hormones like cortisol flood your system and systematically attack your immune defenses. The loneliness doesn't just feel bad. It creates chronic inflammation throughout your body that damages your heart, weakens your bones, and accelerates the formation of the toxic plaques in your brain that lead to Alzheimer's disease. The consequences of continued isolation go far beyond just feeling lonely or sad. Your cognitive abilities decline rapidly when you don't engage in meaningful conversations and social interactions that challenge your thinking and force your brain to process complex information. Dr. Robert Waldinger, current director of the Harvard study, found that people with strong social connections have better memory function, lower rates of depression, significantly better immune system responses, and live an average of 7 years longer than those who remain isolated. The brain scans of isolated seniors show measurable shrinkage in areas crucial for learning and memory, while socially connected seniors maintain brain volume and cognitive sharpness well into their 90s. Charles from Oregon discovered this truth the hard way when he realized he hadn't had a real conversation with another person in over a week. His thinking had become foggy. He struggled to remember simple things like where he placed his keys or what he had eaten for lunch, and he found himself feeling irritable and anxious for no apparent reason. He had unknowingly fallen into the isolation trap that millions of seniors experience, believing that solitude was peaceful when it was actually toxic to his brain and body. The solution is surprisingly simple and requires no special skills, expensive memberships, or dramatic lifestyle changes. Make one meaningful social contact every single day, whether it's calling a friend, chatting with a neighbor, or even having a genuine conversation with someone at the grocery store or coffee shop. This doesn't mean you need to become a social butterfly overnight or attend large gatherings that might feel overwhelming. Just one real human connection daily will start rebuilding those crucial neural pathways and reversing the damage that isolation has caused. Join a local senior center, volunteer at a community organization, attend religious services, or simply make it a habit to call one person from your contact list each morning before you do anything else. Charles started with just one phone call each morning to a different friend or family member, spending at least 10 minutes in genuine conversation about their lives, memories, or current interests. Within a month, his memory sharpened dramatically, his energy levels soared, and the mental fog that had plagued him for months completely disappeared. His doctor was amazed at how much more alert and engaged he became during appointments and noted improvements in his blood pressure and stress markers. Don't wait another day to reconnect with the world around you. Your brain is craving that human connection right now, and every day you delay is another day of unnecessary damage to your mental and physical health. Thing 2, stop avoiding physical movement. Are you telling yourself you're too old to exercise or that it's too late to start moving your body regularly? This self-defeating belief is accelerating your physical and mental decline faster than any disease ever could, and the scientific evidence will shock you. Every day you spend sitting and avoiding movement, you're sending a powerful signal to your body that it's time to shut down and prepare for decline. Your muscles don't just get weaker when you're sedentary. They actually begin to disappear at an alarming rate, taking your independence, confidence, and cognitive function with them. The Mayo Clinic's extensive research on senior fitness reveals that sedentary behavior after age 60 causes muscle mass to decrease by 3–8% per year. But more importantly, it triggers rapid cognitive decline as blood flow to the brain decreases significantly. When you avoid movement, you're essentially telling your cardiovascular system that it no longer needs to efficiently pump blood and oxygen to your brain, leading to a dangerous reduction in the nutrients and oxygen that your brain cells need to function properly. This creates a vicious cycle where reduced brain function makes you feel more tired and less motivated to move, which further accelerates the decline. The medical evidence is crystal clear about what happens when you remain sedentary for extended periods. According to researchers at Johns Hopkins, adults who sit for more than 8 hours daily without regular movement have the same mortality risk as those who smoke or have obesity-related diseases. Your muscles don't just get weaker, they actually begin to disappear through a process called sarcopenia, where muscle fibers break down faster than your body can rebuild them. This muscle loss affects not just your strength, but also your balance, coordination, and even your ability to think clearly, because muscle tissue produces important chemicals that support brain function. Beverly from Florida learned this devastating truth when she realized she couldn't climb a single flight of stairs without getting winded, and simple tasks like carrying groceries or getting out of a chair became overwhelming challenges that left her exhausted and frustrated. She had been telling herself that rest was more important than activity, not realizing that her well-intentioned inactivity was systematically destroying her physical capabilities and mental sharpness. Her balance had deteriorated to the point where she was afraid of falling, and her confidence plummeted as everyday activities became increasingly difficult. You don't need a gym membership, expensive equipment, or complicated exercise routines to reverse this downward spiral immediately. Walk for just 10 minutes after each meal. That's only 30 minutes total throughout your entire day, less time than you probably spend watching one television show. This simple habit will improve your blood sugar control, boost circulation to your brain, strengthen your leg muscles, improve your balance, and start rebuilding the muscle mass you've been losing. The key is consistency, not intensity. So start with whatever feels comfortable and gradually increase the duration and pace as your body adapts to moving regularly again. Research from the University of Illinois shows that even light physical activity, like casual walking, increases the size of the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory and learning, while also promoting the growth of new brain cells. When you move your body regularly, you're not just maintaining your physical health, you're actively improving your cognitive function and protecting against dementia and Alzheimer's disease. The increased blood flow delivers fresh oxygen and nutrients to brain cells, while also flushing out toxic waste products that accumulate and cause mental fog and memory problems. Beverly began with just 5-minute walks around her neighborhood after dinner, focusing on enjoying the fresh air and observing her surroundings rather than treating it like a chore. Within 6 weeks, she could climb 2 flights of stairs without any shortness of breath. Her balance improved so much that she stopped worrying about falling, and her sleep quality became deeper and more restorative than it had been in years. Her mental clarity improved dramatically, and she found herself more motivated and optimistic about each day. Your muscles are waiting for you to move them right now. Don't let another day pass without giving your body the movement it desperately needs to maintain your independence and mental sharpness. Thing 3, stop eating the same foods. Every day, your brain is starving for variety, but you keep feeding it the same limited nutrients day after day, creating a dangerous cycle of mental fog, physical inflammation, and accelerated aging that you might not even recognize as being connected to your diet. Most seniors fall into the trap of eating the same 5 or 6 foods repeatedly because it requires less planning, shopping, and preparation. But this seemingly convenient habit is systematically destroying your cognitive function and setting the stage for serious health problems that could be completely preventable with simple dietary changes. Johns Hopkins researchers studying nutrition and cognitive function found that dietary monotony leads to multiple nutrient deficiencies that directly impair memory formation, reduce mental energy, and increase brain inflammation, even when you think you're eating relatively healthy foods. Your brain requires over 40 different nutrients to function optimally. And when you eat the same foods constantly, you're guaranteeing that you'll develop deficiencies in several crucial vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are essential for maintaining sharp thinking and stable mood throughout the day. When you eat the same foods constantly, your body misses out on thousands of beneficial compounds that different foods provide, and your brain suffers the most from this nutritional neglect. Each colorful fruit and vegetable contains unique antioxidants and phytonutrients that protect your brain cells from the daily damage caused by free radicals, support the production of neurotransmitters essential for clear thinking and stable mood, and help maintain the delicate blood vessels that supply your brain with oxygen and nutrients. The inflammatory response from poor dietary variety doesn't just affect your joints and muscles. It also creates persistent brain fog that makes it harder to concentrate, remember names, and stay mentally sharp throughout the day. Research published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease shows that people who eat a wide variety of colorful fruits and vegetables have significantly larger brain volumes and better cognitive performance compared to those who stick to limited food choices. The Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes variety and includes many different plant foods, has been proven to reduce the risk of dementia by up to 35% and slow the rate of cognitive decline in seniors who already show early signs of memory problems. The solution requires no special diet plan, expensive supplements, or dramatic changes to your current eating habits. Simply add one new colorful food to your plate each week. This could be as simple as trying purple cabbage instead of regular cabbage, adding blueberries to your morning routine, including sweet potatoes in your dinner rotation, or experimenting with different varieties of apples or leafy greens that you've never tried before. Focus on foods with deep, vibrant colors because they contain the highest concentrations of brain protective compounds that will immediately start improving your mental clarity and energy levels. Kenneth from Texas had been eating virtually the same breakfast for 15 years. Toast, coffee, and orange juice, until he started adding different berries each week based on what looked freshest at the grocery store. Within a month, his afternoon mental fatigue disappeared completely. His ability to focus on reading and solving puzzles improved dramatically, and he found himself more interested in trying new activities and hobbies. His doctor noted that his inflammatory markers decreased significantly at his next blood test, and his blood pressure improved without any changes to his medications. Your next meal is a chance to feed your brain better. Choose one colorful food you haven't eaten in months and make it part of today's nutrition plan. Thing 4. Stop staying up late watching TV. That late-night television habit is quietly destroying your tomorrow before it even begins, and you're probably completely unaware of the devastating impact it's having on your brain, immune system, and overall health. The blue light emitted from your TV screen tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime, suppressing the production of melatonin, the crucial hormone responsible for initiating deep, restorative sleep that cleans toxins from your brain and consolidates the day's memories into long-term storage. This disruption doesn't just make you tired, it prevents your brain from performing essential maintenance functions that are critical for preventing dementia and maintaining cognitive sharpness. Research from the National Sleep Foundation shows that adults who watch TV within 2 hours of bedtime experience 40% less deep sleep, the stage that's crucial for memory formation, brain repair, and immune system strengthening. During deep sleep, your brain's glymphatic system becomes highly active, flushing out toxic proteins like amyloid beta and tau that accumulate during waking hours and contribute to Alzheimer's disease when they're not properly cleared. When you disrupt this process with late-night screen time, these toxic substances build up in your brain tissue, leading to progressive cognitive decline that you might not notice until significant damage has already occurred. The consequences of this seemingly innocent habit extend far beyond just feeling tired the next day. Poor sleep quality accelerates cognitive decline, weakens your immune system's ability to fight off infections and diseases, increases your risk of falls due to impaired balance and slower reaction times, and contributes to depression and anxiety that can make every day feel more difficult and less enjoyable. When you don't get proper deep sleep, your brain cannot effectively clear out the waste products that accumulate during normal daily activities, leading to memory problems, mental confusion, and difficulty concentrating that worsen progressively over time. The artificial light exposure from screens also disrupts your natural circadian rhythm, the internal biological clock that regulates not just sleep, but also hormone production, body temperature, digestion, and immune function. When this rhythm is disrupted night after night, it creates a cascade of health problems, including increased inflammation, elevated stress hormones, disrupted blood sugar control, and accelerated aging throughout your entire body. Studies show that chronic circadian rhythm disruption increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer, while significantly shortening lifespan. Your solution is straightforward and costs absolutely nothing. Turn off all screens 1 hour before your ideal bedtime and replace that time with a calming activity that naturally prepares your mind and body for restorative rest. Read a book with a soft bedside lamp, listen to gentle music or nature sounds, practice simple stretching or deep breathing exercises. Write in a journal about positive moments from your day, or simply sit quietly and reflect on things you're grateful for. Create a consistent bedtime routine that signals to your brain that it's time to start winding down and producing the sleep hormones you need for optimal brain function and physical restoration. Joyce from Washington had been falling asleep to the television for over 20 years, believing that the background noise helped her relax, until she learned about the devastating effects of blue light on sleep quality. She replaced her late-night viewing habit with reading mystery novels in a comfortable chair with a warm reading light. Within 2 weeks, she was falling asleep faster, sleeping deeper without waking up multiple times during the night, and waking up refreshed and mentally alert for the first time in years. Her memory improved so dramatically that she started solving crossword puzzles again, something she hadn't been able to do clearly in months. And her energy levels throughout the day were consistently higher than they had been in over a decade. Tonight is the perfect night to start this life-changing habit. Your brain will reward you with better memory, clearer thinking, and more stable mood starting tomorrow morning. These 4 simple changes: staying socially connected every day, moving your body regularly, eating a variety of colorful foods, and protecting your sleep from screen interference, can transform how you feel mentally and physically starting today. You have the power to stop sabotaging yourself and start thriving, regardless of your current age, physical condition, or how long you've been stuck in these harmful patterns. Thousands of seniors just like you have already made these changes and are living proof that your best years can still be ahead of you when you stop getting in your own way and start giving your body and brain what they need to function at their highest level. The science is clear, the solutions are simple, and the benefits begin immediately when you take action. If this opened your eyes to how you might be sabotaging your own happiness and health, hit that like button and tell me in the comments which of these 4 things you'll start with today. Share this with another senior who deserves to feel their absolute best. Together we can help each other thrive after 70 and prove that age is just a number when you know how to properly care for yourself.